Good evening, members of the Blackstone-Millville Regional School Committee, Superintendent Dr. Jason DeFalco, Mr. Dudek, Mrs. Bougeri, family, friends, teachers, NHS members, and new inductees. My name is Gabrielle Martinelli, and I am the current president of the 2020-2021 Blackstone-Millville chapter of the National Honor Society, and I will be leading you through tonight's ceremony. We are gathered here this evening to induct new members into the Blackstone-Millville chapter of the National Honor Society for the 2021-2022 school year. This year, the National Honor Society has continued its legacy of being a constructive, dynamic, and enthusiastic organization. We continue to be a positive presence within the BMR school community, as well as the towns themselves, by involving ourselves in numerous activities and projects that exemplify at least one of the four pillars of character, scholarship, leadership, and service, which are considered the foundation of our organization. Along with our involvement in each such activities, all members must attain an academic average of at least 95%, log 21 hours of service for this year, and take no fewer than 4 advanced levels or above courses. In the fall, our members decided we should celebrate Teacher Appreciation Week earlier than normal because we know how hard it has been for teachers to adjust to live streaming while also live teaching. Our members wrote personal notes to each and every teacher and staff member to thank them for their dedication, hard work, and inspiration. We also gave them a goodie bag with 2 essentials, Hershey Kisses and hand sanitizer. Furthermore, our membership has shown their bright character and appreciation for their community by volunteering to clean up the Very Family Cemetery. This historic cemetery in Blackstone had become overgrown and unkept, and our membership eagerly took on the responsibility to landscape the cemetery and make it once again immaculate for the Very Family, and we have done this for many years now over each summer and fall. This year, the membership went above and beyond the pillar of leadership by hosting the 15th annual Empty Bowl dinner, and with a remarkable success even with so many challenges. Months before the project date, a committee was formed to organize raffle prizes, food, and supplies for the event. Members showcased incredible initiative through their hard work to make the bowls even if they had to take them home. No one can forget the handcrafted bowls created by our members. Thanks to all the patience and talents of our art teacher, Mrs. Robertson, NHS members were able to showcase their artistic abilities as they sculpted, fired, and painted bowls to raffle off at the fundraiser. Between the proceeds from our ticket sales, the bowl raffle, and other donations, we raised $800 for the Blackstone-Millville Food Pantry to feed those in need throughout the community. We look forward to continuing this event in future years. Year after year, the members of the National Honor Society endlessly devote themselves to serving the community, school, and fellow students. This year, our entire membership became heavily involved in events that occurred wherever they possibly could help. Whether this was at a local church, in school, or a neighboring town, the members took it upon themselves to help those in need, especially during such difficult times. Our members' endless dedication to the community allowed for a very well-oiled, productive year for the entire Blackstone-Millville Regional School District. Our chapter works with the idea in mind that helping one person might not change the whole world, but it could change the world for one person. Author unknown. 31 distinguished members of the National Honor Society gave up their time to help others to make a difference in their community for the sole purpose of communal betterment without expectation of personal reward. It's this dedication to giving and inspiring others that they have not only aided the lives of many in the communities, which did such a great job of raising them, but also in the process of creating a life for themselves. Our superintendent, Dr. Jason DeFalco, was unable to join us tonight, but he did record a message, which I would like to show you now.
Greetings, BMR families, staff, students, Principal Dudek, and Mr. Rowe. I'm Jason DeFalco, Superintendent of Schools in Blackstone-Millville Regional School District. Before I share a few thoughts with you this evening, I would like to send a very sincere thank you to Mr. Rowe for putting this event together, and also for working with our students each and every day on this very important work. But also would like to thank Mr. Gaudet and his team, our team of students, that took the time out of their day to record just a few words that I could share with you this evening so that I could actually be there, at least in video and in spirit. I'm really disappointed that I can't be there in person tonight. I have a newly minted 12-year-old at home. Today happens to be his birthday. And if I'm not there to celebrate with him, I will be in big trouble. So as parents tuning in, I'm sure that you can certainly understand that. But please know that that's the only thing that would keep me away from spending this important night with our BMR community. I would like to first and foremost congratulate our Charger Scholars. It is really quite impressive that you are here this evening about to be inducted into our National Honor Society. And families, I know that you are really proud of the students sitting before us this evening as well. You should be. I know that I certainly am. This is one of my favorite events each year because it recognizes the tenets of what it means to be a National Honor Society student, which are really, really important. Particularly as they relate to scholarship, service, leadership, and character. And I know that this evening you will hear those 4 tenets of what it means to be an NHS inductee mentioned many times. So I'm actually not going to spend much time talking about those 4 areas, but instead I would like to speak a little bit about the work behind the work. Meaning the actual intentional decisions that our youth sitting before us tonight made to make it possible for them to be here. As you know, there are very strict expectations and guidelines put in place for students to enter into a National Honor Society. These are national standards that are very rigorous and are a challenge for many folks to be able to meet. So it is no small feat for our students to be inducted into NHS. But I do want to talk a little bit about those intentional decisions that our youth did make to make it possible for them to be inducted this evening. You know, we think about those 4 different areas or those 4 tenets of what it means to be an NHS student. And we can kind of get hung up on that, but actually not really think about or reflect on the time, effort, and energy that our students put in to being successful in those areas. And you know, I think when I really reflect on those, I think first and foremost, our students show up. Our NHS students show up. They're here every day. They think deeply, they think critically, they work hard, they choose to be disciplined in their academics, disciplined in the way that they treat others, their classmates, their schoolmates. They've learned to ask really good questions. They learn to see the whole picture and to understand that there is a lot that goes into being a successful student. It's not just being a really good learner. Of course, that's part of it, but they're actually able to see the whole picture. And they dig into the work. And I think it's important to highlight that because sometimes, I know visiting classrooms often, the kids can make it look easy. They're sitting down, they just look focused, they're doing the work, but there's a lot of intentional decision making that happens inside and outside of the classroom that leads our students to being a success. And the students sitting here this evening truly do exemplify those habits and those behaviors. I'm really excited to see them continue their growth in these areas as they move forward through our high school and through the NHS program. And as they do in fact move forward in their areas of scholarship, service, character building, and leadership, I want to share a few suggestions with and advice, I guess, with our NHS students that I've just kind of picked up along the way in my own journey, if you will. The first is it's important to realize that leadership is people work. We have a slogan in the DeFalco household that I think is an important one, slogan of sorts that we refer to as confidence, competence, and kindness. And essentially what we're referring to there is really know the work, right? Have that sense of competence, but also taking a sense of humility with that is critically important. Confidence, right? Really having a grasp and command of that information, being proud of who you are, standing tall, but being very kind and supportive of others. Keep the main thing, right? So you're all going to be in positions of leadership. You need to say what you mean and mean what you say. And there is a kind of a tagline we use on our own district leadership team, which is follow up and follow through. right? If we're going to put action plans in place, we're going to say we're going to do certain things, then we need to stand by that and we need to fulfill those responsibilities. That builds credibility and confidence and inspires those that you're working with. That's really important as you move forward. Those expectations you must follow through with. I think the last part is one that is probably the most important, and particularly now in the day and age that we live in as it relates to social media. I think it's easy to point fingers and to cast judgment. I think what we need to do is stop the judging and really start trying to understand the perspective of others. And again, NHS students, you are in those leadership positions in our high school, and it's going to be critically important that you hit the pause button and really take time to try to study and understand the why. And I think at the end of the day, I really just want to share that I'm excited to see all of you grow in your own specific ways as you move forward through NHS, particularly in, of course, scholarship, service, leadership, and character. I have no doubt that you are going to fulfill the responsibilities of being an NHS member, and I'm really excited to see you do just that. So thanks so much and enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Dr. DeFalco. At this time, the jazz band will perform A Child is Born by Thad Jones. Thank you. As mentioned earlier, memberships in the National Honor Society is earned by the effective demonstration of the 4 pillars held in high esteem by the Society. The other 4 officers will first light a candle to represent each of those pillars from the center candle of knowledge and then speak on these qualities. First, Vice President Natalie Hawkins will speak on character.
Character is defined as the morals and values of a person. Good character is typically described as having integrity, honesty, perseverance, respect, and more positive traits. While it is important to have such values in order to be a leader, in reality, not everyone will have these qualities, and that does not mean they deserve any less decency than those that do, as we are all human. Giving others respect does not mean you have to forgive them for anything they may have done wrong. To me, respect just means seeing people as human, and I believe seeing the humanity of people gives someone good character. Someone with good character is someone who is able to respect themselves and others and encourages others to be their best, but is also non-judgmental when others or themselves are not able to live up to the pressures of what is expected. Everyone has something going on that they don't speak of, and we should not put people down if every day is not their best day. Good character is also being able to reach for the goals that one sets out for themselves. No matter how big or small the goal is, people are achieving what is realistic to them at the moment, and someone with good character is able to respect others' goals and help them reach them if needed. Thus, good character can be defined in many ways, but to me, being empathetic and seeing everyone as human are the most important qualities of good character. Congratulations, inductees, on your membership, and may you accept the responsibility of having good character.
Thank you, Natalie. Next, Secretary Lauren Bright will speak on leadership.
Hello everyone. I just want to start by saying congratulations to all of our new inductees. You should all be incredibly proud of where you are today. You have all worked harder than ever, especially during this challenging year. I hope you all take your new leadership role in the community seriously and work harder than ever to be someone's lantern in the dark. You want to be the type of person that guides someone to success when they're lost. I'd like to share a quote with you that inspired me. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. John Quincy Adams. This quote represents what everyone here should be striving for. Being an inspiration to others and being a leader for not just yourself, but for the people around you. I want you all to carry this with you for the rest of our lives and continue being leaders in and outside of school. Once again, congratulations on being inducted into the NHS. You're all going to do amazing things these next couple of years. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Now Treasurer Sophia Gurton will speak on leadership. Scholarship.
Scholarship is defined as a commitment to learning. Scholarship is not an inherited quality, but one that is acquired and developed as a result of responsibility, diligence, and dedication. It means making the most of the educational opportunities provided and seeking out learning, not only in school, but also personally. Everyday scholarship doesn't require a minimum GPA. It stems from a desire to contribute to this world in a positive way by building on one's own knowledge, skills, and talent through different experiences. I congratulate all of you for being here, as all of you have shown high levels of dedication and perseverance, and you deserve to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. Lastly, historian Taylor Mazzucchelli will speak on service.
Hi, I'm Taylor Mazzucchelli and I'm the NHS historian. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" This quote speaks to one of the pillars of the National Honor Society, service. Service is the action of helping out others. In the NHS, you are required to have a minimum number of community service hours. This year, we modified the requirement for our members because of the restrictions caused by the pandemic. Our members did a minimum of 5 summer hours and 8 hours each semester. Because of the pandemic, we weren't able to help out at the local food pantry that we normally do, so our members had to find other ways to serve. I am proud to say everyone still turned in their requested service hours. Members had to get creative and have safe ways to give back to the community. There are many people helping teachers out, babysitting, and neighborhood cleanup. So congratulations to everyone, and thank you.
Thank you, Taylor. Would all candidates for induction into the Blackstone-Millville Regional Chapter of the National Honor Society and also current members please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat after me the National Honor Society pledge. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school. And will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Please be seated. Before I induct all of our new members, I would like to recognize last year's inductees. These members were inducted in a virtual ceremony last spring, but I would like to call them up to receive their certificate and membership card. From the senior class, Jessica Broder, Sarah Dubois, Lauren Juba, Michaela Ryan, and Ryan Werning. From the junior class, Amber Arkan, Lauren Carey, Valerie Gerard, Jillian Gross, Avery Gilmain, Madison Higgins, Benjamin Kernan, Madison Marchand, Christina Pettarella, Brenna Shea, and Haley Vadenese. Now for this year's inductees. From the junior class, Olivia Fairley, Emma Ryan, and Hassan Shah. And now from the sophomore class, Emily Bama, Kaylee Bell, Mackenzie Bisbee, Natalia Sharonka, Destiny DeFonte, Ava Favreau, Madison Gaudette, Tori Gervais, Sierra Grabowski, Emily Healy, Hunter Lockwood, Emma Maley, Abigail Marino, Jenna Nimzik, Sarah Poirier, Kylie Sacco, and last but certainly not least, Amanda Vanaco. Congratulations to you all. Please be seated. This evening, I have the privilege of introducing our keynote speaker, Mrs. Patricia Bougeri. Mrs. Bougeri opened the doors for our passion to help others as our National Junior Honor Society advisor. Mrs. Bougeri herself exemplifies the pillars of character, scholarship, leadership, and service by not only being the previous advisor for the NJHS, but by also being there for those who ask for help. Now please give a warm welcome to Mrs. Bougeri.
Thank you for the introduction. Whoops. Thank you for the introduction. I'm really honored to be here tonight and to have been invited to address you today. I did have the privilege to be the National Junior Honor Society advisor for many years, and I cannot tell you how proud I am of you, and my face actually hurts from smiling as I was watching you come up to receive your certificates and whatever those things are called. To personally congratulate you on your accomplishments today, based on your academic achievements, your character, your leadership qualities, and the Honor Society pillar that I believe is the most important, service to the community. I'd like to also say congratulations to your parents and your caregivers who have guided and supported you to this point in your academic journey. When I received the email from your National Honor Society President, Gabby, inviting me to be the keynote speaker for this induction ceremony, my first thought was, there has to be someone better than me to do this. Because so often in life, many of us find ourselves constantly questioning whether we're good enough or able to meet a challenge. You may question whether you're smart enough, athletic enough, creative enough, funny enough, serious enough, friendly enough, talented enough, and the list always goes on and on. We've all felt at times that we're not enough, afraid to take a risk, and just not ready to face a challenge. Unfortunately, as human beings, we all have moments of doubt throughout our lives, moments that challenge us, moments during which we would rather just give up. But it's not the moments of doubt that count, it's how we respond to those moments. Collectively, for the past year, we've been immersed in numerous challenging moments. You've experienced a year that will define your generation. Your freshman, sophomore, or junior year was interrupted by a 2-week quarantine. At that time, none of us could have imagined what was to come. You would also end your year separated from the friends and family you had come to rely on to help you through difficult times. The routines of your life were disrupted, sports canceled, music silenced, drama performances put on hold. You've experienced loss, fear, frustration, boredom, and isolation. And now here we are in a mostly empty auditorium celebrating your accomplishments. The small moments we've lost in the past year would fill all of these empty seats and more. But you're sitting here today because you made a choice. You made a choice to join the Google Meet for AP English even though all you wanted to do was pull the covers over your head and go back to sleep. You made a choice to continue moving forward when the entire world was shutting down. You chose biology over binge watching, physics over video games, and history over TikTok. Well, maybe not the last one. However, through it all, you persevered, and for that, you should be proud. The tragedy of this pandemic would be exponentially greater if we did not take the time to reflect upon what we've learned throughout the past year. These are the lessons we'll be able to take forward into our post-pandemic lives. We've learned that family matters, and there is value in time spent with people you love. You now understand that it's really important for all of us to take care of one another, to take actions for the good of all, and to put the safety and health of others before our own. We have new appreciation for the freedoms we took for granted, like eating inside a restaurant, seeing a movie in a theater and enjoying the sound of laughter and the smell of popcorn, and even going to school. We didn't appreciate the privilege of going to school each day, learning in person, and building relationships that potentially impact us for the rest of our lives. Milestones like birthdays, anniversaries, proms, and graduations will now take on new importance for all of you. You've gained perspective in your relationships and are able to appreciate and value who and how and with whom you spend your time. Then there are the intangibles we'll become more aware of, like smiling at strangers in the grocery store, or giving and receiving a hug from someone you love. Group photos with the people who are most important in your life. Holding a newborn baby. You were given the gift of time. You may have used that to practice a new hobby, bake banana bread, sharpen your computer skills, create art, or begin to learn a new language. Or you may have used your time to investigate and become more aware of social injustices, or to understand the root causes of the political divisions that are plaguing our country. In the end, you made a choice to stay in the game. You responded to an entire year of challenging moments by showing up, even when you didn't want to. You have earned the right to call yourselves resilient. Resiliency through challenges doesn't mean there are no dark days, no feelings of hopelessness, and no moments of crawling into bed with a pint of Ben & Jerry's and binge watching Tiger King for the third time. As you move into each new phase of your life, you will continue to experience challenges and moments of doubt in yourself and the world around you. However, you'll now be able to draw upon the strength you have acquired during this unprecedented time. In closing, I'd like to thank your officers for giving me the opportunity to overcome my moment of doubt. As we begin to see the light at the end of this pandemic tunnel, I encourage you all to reflect on the lessons learned and live with new appreciation for all we're given each day. Congratulations once again on your accomplishment today as a newly inducted member of the National Honor Society. I'd like to leave you with a poem. I stumbled upon this last March during quarantine. Written by Kitty O'Meara, a former middle school literature and writing teacher and hospital chaplain, it reflects a hopeful outlook, encouragement, and the belief that good can come from a devastating time. It is titled, "And the People Stayed Home." And the people stayed home and read books and listened and rested and exercised and made art and played games and learned new ways of being and were still and listened more deeply. Some meditated, some prayed, some danced, some met their shadows. And the people began to think differently, and the people healed. And in the absence of people living in ignorant, dangerous, mindless, and heartless ways, the earth began to heal. And when the danger had passed and the people joined together again, they grieved their losses and made new choices and dreamed new images and created new ways to live and heal the earth fully as they had been healed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Boucherie. Before I address next year's officers for the National Honor Society, I would like to say a few words to the current leaders. First, I'd like to thank the four of you for all the time and dedication you have put into our membership this year, especially with the many challenges we faced. You should all be very proud of what a successful year we have had together and be proud of the great accomplishments you have led this chapter to achieve. To the graduating seniors, thank you all for your hard work within our organization and being continuous role models for all within our school district. Your time and dedication, despite going through many unforeseen obstacles, never stopped, and you will forever be remembered in this community. Good luck in your future endeavors, and may you all succeed. Thank you to the entire membership for everything you've done to help out this year, and congratulations on yet again another fantastic and unforgettable year. At this time, we will now conduct the installation of new officers. As each position is named, would the new and current officers please step up to the candle of knowledge. Please hold your applause until all officers are named. Historian, Madison Marchand. Oh, no. Treasurer, Brenna Shea. Secretary, Madison Higgins. Vice President Haley Vadinay. And lastly, President Valerie Gerard. I hope you have a productive and prosperous year with these new officers. I am sure you will continue our great legacy and further expand the achievements of the National Honor Society and continue to better the Blackstone-Millville community. Congratulations. This is me. A little smoky in here. Each year, the new members are asked to invite an inspiring teacher, coach, counselor, or administrator from the BMR community to this ceremony. Remember that you are respected members of society who are tasked with developing and guiding these students in hopes of growing lifelong learners. This year's selections include Mr. Jerry Durand, Miss Molly Breen, Mr. Keith McNamara, Mr. Todd Schaefer, Mrs. Kelly McCrum, Miss Erin Daly, Mrs. Amy Hollahan, Mrs. Diane Morin, Mrs. Hillary Roberge, Mr. Mark DeWolf, and Mrs. Catherine Finnegan. On behalf of the 2020-2021 National Honor Society, I would like to extend thanks and gratitude to Mr. Nicholas Marcotte and the Jazz Band for providing us with their wonderful music selection for tonight. Also, I would like to thank Mr. Todd Schaefer for helping with the lights and playing the music virtually. I want to give a huge thanks to all the supportive parents and guardians sitting in the audience here or at home tonight. You have helped each of us reach this point today and have inspired us each and every day to be the best that we can possibly be. I would now like to thank our advisor, Mr. Ethan Rowe, who has selflessly guided our membership into brighter futures and gracious acts of service. Each week you bring exciting new ideas and plans for our membership, and we are forever fortunate for your dedication to our organization. Our National Honor Society would not have been as successful as it was this year without your help and support. You have nobly shaped the 2020-21 National Honor Society into an unforgettable year, defined the imaginative projects and revolutionary plans for the future. Despite being your first year as an advisor in the pandemic, you excelled in your leadership and inspiration to our chapter's members, and we couldn't be more overjoyed or thankful to have you as our advisor. The entire chapter's membership would like to thank you for your unwavering assistance this year. Please stand and be recognized. This now concludes our program. Thank you all for joining us and have a wonderful evening.